Pricing issues are important to understand, and we want to make sure we're doing what we can to empower sellers to manage their pricing. Price gouging happens when prices are above recent average prices or manufacturer suggested retail prices, also known as list prices. It can happen at any time, but it's most common when there's significant shifts in supply or demand. We often hear about price gouging when there's a natural disaster, like a hurricane, and we see increased demand for products such as bottled water. With COVID-19, price gouging looks a little bit different. Increased demand and reduced supply is happening across many categories, and the imbalance has lasted for many weeks on some products. Plus, the cost of manufacturing and distributing certain products is changing, so we realize that not all price increases are attempts to gouge customers. When you sign up to sell on Amazon, one of the policies sellers must follow is the fair pricing policy. It's designed not only to ensure a good customer experience, but it also reflects what is required of sellers by the law. You'll notice the policy is a little bit general. That's because U.S. price gouging laws are set at a state level and vary. To give you some examples of how the laws vary, California and Kansas set a hard cap for egregious price gouging ranging from 10 to 25% above an average sale price. New York prohibits unconscionably excessive price increases without defining a specific range. Delaware and Colorado don't have dedicated laws, but they use executive orders or consumer protection laws for price gouging protection. We take our fair pricing policy and price gouging laws very seriously and enforce it at all times. But now, price gouging protections ensure everyone has access to priority resources in a time of need, and it's top of mind for state attorneys general. I can give you an example of two different hand sanitizers, and we can kind of walk through the differences. The first is a 12-bottle pack of Purell hand sanitizer, where one of the offers on the ASIN went from $64.30 in January to $239 in February. That's a per unit increase of 372%. We removed that offer because many states would cite this as an egregious or unconscionable increase, and we felt that this offer could harm customer trust in Amazon. The second is a 3-pack of different hand sanitizer brand called Clean Smart, and one offer on the ASIN rose from $9.99 in early January to $11.99 in April. While the offer price increased 20%, the average selling price increased 15% over the same period, which reflects real changes in supply chain and fulfillment costs. As a result, we did not remove this offer. The first thing to know is that we compare prices to the average sale price of the product, or ASP. ASP is not an average of all listed offer prices. It's the average of prices that customers actually pay for a product, regardless of who's selling. So even if you have not changed your offer price in a while, the product's ASP may have changed. If you sell bulk or multi-pack items, make sure your listing details accurately reflect the count of units so we can differentiate appropriate pricing on a single item versus a multi-pack. When we evaluate price gouging, we're taking into consideration the price history of an item and the pricing of similar items specifically to identify increases. In addition to this internal benchmarking, we also look at external pricing benchmarks from other retailers. The best source to use is the Manage Pricing page in Seller Central, where you can compare your listing price to the current lowest price and buy box price. These prices are dynamic, so you'll want to check frequently. Sellers can also use external benchmarking tools like Keepa to view the price history of a specific product. If we find that an offer violates the fair pricing policy, we will deactivate it. You can find deactivated offers under Fixed Price Alerts or the Account Health dashboard, and from there, we'll give you next steps to reactivate the offer. That's the most frequent question we're getting from sellers, and I wish the solution were that simple, but we can't do this for a couple of reasons. First, providing a maximum price could lead to higher prices for our customers. Second, price gouging thresholds change frequently, so we recognize this makes it harder for you to set prices, and we hear your feedback, and we are working on ways to make pricing more transparent going forward. Price fudging laws may vary in terms of what products they cover, but Amazon's fair pricing policy applies to all listings. We have increased monitoring and enforcement on specific categories like household products and medical supplies, but customers are looking for products in all categories, maybe to pick up a new hobby or keep themselves entertained at home now, so we are looking at everything. We evaluate prices based on the total price inclusive of shipping. It doesn't matter if you choose to absorb the shipping cost into the price of the product and then offer free shipping. Handmade goods are also included in the fair pricing policy. That said, we recognize there's variation in all products, from the materials to the production, so we compare the type of product instead of the specific listing. Our price evaluation ranges are typically broad enough to account for this. Your own manufactured, trademarked, or branded products are also subject to the fair pricing policy. Ultimately, the policy applies to all sellers and all products. We appreciate all that sellers are doing to serve customers at this time. This is a unique situation for everyone, and just like you, we're learning new things along the way. As new questions and issues related to pricing come up, we will continue to communicate through seller news and other channels.